Well, hello. How we doing, folks? Good to be back again. Listen, guys, it's been a wee while since I did one of these. Wee while since I went live on my own. I've done a few live tastings on YouTube Live, but this is the first thing in a wee while. So we're really looking forward to tonight. Got a couple of celebrations. I've actually hit the 8,000 subscribers finally. It's took a wee bit of tough work this year. I think this has been the hardest year so far to grow the channel, and I think that's purely because there's just so many whiskey tube channels out there at the minute. Too many whiskey tubers. Well, not too many, but there's just a vast amount of whiskey tubers now. It's getting really hard to keep up, so I can understand why it's tougher. Realised just into the middle of October, it was also my 7th year anniversary. I did plan to do a live stream then, but I got a wee bit poorly, so that kind of went back on the back burner. So I'm going to try and match these up tonight with 8,000 subscribers and the 7-year anniversary. So yes, so we've got a few guys in tonight. I'm going to do a wee couple of special thank yous later on as we go on. But yeah, but a big massive thanks to everyone who's watched the Whiskey Friend channel, who's shared the Whiskey channel, who has just subscribed, obviously. And a big, massive shout out to Patreons and channel members. I'm going to come back to a wee bit more of the channel member thing later on and the Patreon thing a wee bit later on because I think there's been some issues over the last couple of months regarding Patreon. But let's kind of dive in anyway. Let me pour something into my glass and get a wee palate cleanser going. Gonna go to old faithful, old Perma Shelf himself. Get this one in the glass. Just to get me nice and set up. I think I will be maybe cracking open maybe a couple of bottles tonight. I think I'll probably be bringing a few whiskies. The plan tonight, guys, I didn't really have a plan. This is kind of off the cuff and a wee bit. What I will try and get across is my kind of whiskey journey in 2025, how the channels went, what's been good about the channel, what's been tough, what's highs and lows of whiskey in 2025, what we've been buying, what we've been sharing, what's the highlights, that kind of thing. So that's the plan. I'm glad to see. Let me just dive in. Let me have a wee quick sip of this, and then I'll kind of dive in and do some mentions to some of the guys who are in the chat already. Oh, this is going to be a good night. Going to be a good night. That's just hit the spot right there. So let's have a wee look, see who we've got here then. Paul Mackay's in. How you doing, Paul? Nice to see you. I think you've got a wee bit of lurgy. Hope you get over that soon. Let's have a look. Who else we got? Oh, Frank's in. Petehead. How we doing? Evening, everyone, and the whiskey friend. Congrats. Thank you very much, Frank. Frank's a regular everywhere, I think. I don't think there's many live streams or anywhere, even just video comments that I don't pop up and Frank's in there somewhere. So yeah, Frank, big round of applause to you, my friend, because I think you take the time, you're everywhere. I think all the YouTubers really appreciate you. So yeah, big thanks. Don't know if we'll be any good to you tonight, Frank. I don't think. I think this might be the only kind of bourbon thing on the thing tonight. There's a couple of peated ones, so that might help you a little bit. But I think there's probably, as you know, there's probably going to be a wee bit of grape involved tonight. So yeah, apologies again, Frank. It's Paul again there. Frank, let me just kind of scroll down here. Bowman, 1999. How you doing, my friend? Nice to see you in. It's present Rob. Good to see you. Pete Heads getting there. Oh, there's Mister. How you doing, Ted? Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you very much. Ted's one of my Patreons, one of my biggest subscribers. Been around for a long time. Nice to see you, Ted. How's the weather over there, mate? What you got in your glass? What you drinking? Kefir Cup 1. Okay, thank you very much, my friend. What you's all going? Just share, guys, in the comments what you're drinking, what you're sipping on tonight. Hopefully you've got a nice whiskey in the glass. That's Frank's in deep conversation. Oh, there's Papa Q. How you doing, Jerry? Oh, thank you very much, my friend. Another fellow Patreon. I may have some information for you guys later on. Nothing drastic, but it's. I just want to kind of try and narrow some things down that's been happening in the with Patreon, really. This one looks like Justo Conde. Hi, all greetings from Spain. That looks like a new name. Apologies if it's not. Let's have a look. Always a treat watching your channel. You're a huge asset to our. Thank you very much, man. Oh, what can I say? The patter's going down well. Compliments. Don't worry, guys. Keep the compliments coming. Let's have a look. Yeah, big happy new year to everyone, guys. I hope you had a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope 2026 is as good a whiskey year as 2025 was. Even though how you're all well, cheers the whiskey friend. Hope you had a good Christmas. Yes, I had a good one. We had a quiet one. Didn't do much. Tried a few whiskies here and there. I'll come on to it. Oh, Bob Sander, how you doing, buddy? Uh, Here's to the 10th out. Oh, wow. I think I might have to try and get 9 first, but if 8 was anything to go by, then 9 and 10 are going to be a. I'd need to do some really special stuff going on. How you doing up there in Edinburgh? There's my mate. How you doing, Gav? I hope you're well, my friend. Hope you had a fantastic New Year and a great Christmas. I look forward to catching you up with the year, and then just in your honour, mate, I'll have a little sugar. How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Guys, if you've not checked out Gav's channel, what you waiting for? Do him a favour, pop over, click that subscribe button, and do us a favour, just tell him that Alan sent you. Um, okay, here we go. What's this? I'll stand tall, Alan. Poured myself a non-great polluted diluent. Cheers, Frank. I'm sure you'll be looking after yourself over there, my friend. You just want to watch us just kind of sipping on this nonsense, but you enjoy that. I'm sure that Dal Ewan will be lovely, my friend. I'm a wee bit of a fan of Dal Ewan myself, to be fair. How you doing, Mike? Alassis, how's it going, buddy? How you keeping over there? What's the weather like over there? Any snow? We've got a wee bit of snow here today, so watching California. Oh, that's where it is. Kefir Cup 1, California. Happy New Year, my friend. Oh, it's all kicking in now, freezing. Broke out the Brook Blacket. Oh, he's went in big. He's went in big. Cheers, oh, Ted. Fantastic, mate. Fantastic dram. I think I picked up a wee sample of that somewhere. I think it was in Glasgow, and one of my patrons gave me a wee sample of that. So, how you doing, Gert? Guys, Gert's Whiskey Lover Society. I'm sure you're all subscribed to him, but if not, pop over, give him a quick sub, and you know what to do. Just tell him Alan sent you. Evening, good as always to see you, Gavin. Oh yeah, it's Peter and Frank. That's gonna grab it on. Double espresso in the glass this afternoon. Okay, no worries. I'm sure you'll have a wee celebratory whiskey later on, Jerry. So yeah, let's have a look. We got some good ones. Mad Max, how are you doing? Happy New Year. Same to you, my friend. Your little thumbnails are always great, my friend. Fantastic. Molasses, no snow, currently very cold. Needed to warm up. What you drinking, Mike? What you got in the glass? Oh, there's my mate. Hamish is in. How you doing, Hamish? He's kicked straight in there with a big one. Bought me a wee dram. So, Hamish, In your honour, my friend, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, fantastic New Year, and I hope the Dram Caddy is going from strength to strength, guys. Guys, again, if you're up and ever in the Highlands and you want a bit of golf, then Hamish is your man. Just check out the Dram Caddy. You know what to do. Just tell him Alan sent you. Greetings from Snowy Inverness, toasting your 8,000 subs with a cup of tea. First morning alarm tomorrow in about 3 weeks. Oh, wow. Cheers anyway, Hamish. I hope you're fighting through the snow beautifully. I don't think it's golfing weather, that is it? Cheers again, my friend. Similarly. Bit of chat going on there. All kind of saying hello to Hamish and Nora one. Greetings, best wishes for the new year from Belgium. Joris Dependelli. Oh, I won't even have a attempt to say that. Apologies, mate, if I butchered that. Let's see if I've not missed anybody. Kilkerran 6. Oh, very nice. I might even have a wee sip of that myself tonight. Mike, it's just, as usual, it's not too far away from me. It's just sitting in behind me. There's another cracker. Signatory Linkwood. Very, very good. Again, they're not too far away. Might even dabble with a wee bit of signatory. I might hopefully I've got a few bottles on the side here, guys. I'm hoping to kind of pick my way through these tonight. So I hope you're all going to strap yourself in. You've all got your tea and your coffee and your whiskey and whatever you're sipping on poured. The channel. Yeah, it's been a wee bit of a slog, but it's a great pleasure and a great honour to sit down and do this every now and a while. Putting out the videos, I love putting out the videos. A couple of things planned for next year, which I'll try and touch on a wee bit later. Got a couple of things planned, and I'm going to try and maybe shake it up a wee bit. Let's have a look. Have I gone the yeah. No. So it's a bit of chatting going on. So 2025. What a whiskey year 2025 was. I started out looking for the big 8K and I missed it by a day. I think it came in on the 1st of January this year. We had the big 8K. So October, middle of October, I think the 22nd of October was the anniversary of the channel, which makes it, I think, by my count in 2018, 7 years old. Oh, I remember my very, very first video on YouTube. I did a little list on YouTube, and it was probably the worst video. I think if you ever go back, guys, go back and check out the very first ever video. Looked a wee bit grim. Did it on my phone. Did it the wrong way round. All of that kind of jazz. And I think my first ever review, I think, was the Kilkerran 12. Way back there in 2018. So it's been cool stuff. With things having a wee bit of a jungle here. Let me see if I can get rid of that. A wee bit going on. Yeah, cool. Got it now. All sorted. There we go. There we go. Alan Ward, how you doing, Alan? Thank you very much, my friend. Got a stinking cold, so just wild turkey tonight. No problem with that, Alan. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you get over that cold pretty soon. We dram of Lefroy cast strength. Wow, okay. Got the big stuff. So 2025, great, fantastic. Remember that Kilkerran video? Fantastic stuff, and I think I've bought every Kilkerran 12 that's been out ever since. It's a perma for me, just like this bad boy is RM10. Super stuff. Have a wee sip. The 2025 for the whiskey friend was a wee bit of. It's a kind of tale of three parts. I think it kicked off fantastic because I ended the 2024 with some big whiskies. and I started 2025 with some big whiskies. I actually started my first video 2025 was the Bunnahabhain 21 cast strength. So that was my first start to 2025, and I don't think I could start any bigger than that. What a big, massive start. Hopefully 2026 goes the same way because I'm sitting here with the new 2021, 2025 version. Yeah, 2025. Pedro Jimenez, all that kind of stuff. Oloroso, yeah, cast strength. Might crack that one tonight, guys, if I get lucky. If I'm still in a condition after some of the other stuff that I'm going to do, then I'll probably crack that one open. Bunnahabhain 21 was the start of the year, and then I think I done a little series of Living Souls. I was telling you, I think 2024 for me was, as far as the indies, I think Turntable. I'd done a lot of time with Turntable in 2024, and I think I switched on to quite a bit of Living Souls in 2025, and I think they've had an absolutely outstanding year, culminating with the 18 and 1. I think that's the one that's really put them on the map. And as far as I know, I think there's quite a bit of that around, and I think it's they've got some of it stuck by, but let's see what happens with that. And then I think I did the collab at the end with the Thompson Brothers blended Scotch 6. So that collab 3 was also a belter. So I finished 2025 strong. We obviously the list videos, whiskies of the year, all of that kind of stuff. Best indie of the year, and I'll try and touch on them as we go through tonight. But yeah, guys, just dive in and just share any questions you have. I think there's Mike. How you doing, big man? What were you sipping on that Glengarry? There we go. And Smurry Gel. Hey, Al, congrats. I celebrate my birthday yesterday with a long one night. Wow, very nice. Very nice. Have another sip tonight. Don't restrict it to one night. Just crack on and have another one. Yeah. So we kind of got through Feb. I did a little thing in February where I started a little thing of putting tasting packs together, which is what you see here on my right hand. Is I started doing a tasting every month, varied in how it was. It was either a blind tasting or a sherry tasting. They all had themes in it, and we started off with 2 or 3 of us, and obviously by the end of the year, I think we did about 9 or 10 whiskey tastings throughout the year. Did them on YouTube, and that little community grew a little bit. So yeah, we got varied people coming in, peat heads, all sorts of sherry heads, all different types, and the little tasting packs went down a bomb. So I'm going to continue them into 2026. So guys, if you're any interested in anybody wants to do any tasting packs, any blind tastings, any themed tastings, then you know where to get a hold of me. Just dive into the Whiskey Friend channel. The email addresses, I'll probably put a link on the bottom of this email. So looking forward to doing. We did a lot of tastings throughout the year, and that was culminated in, we did a Campbell. The first one I think was a Campbelltown tasting, and then we went into we did a blind. We did some sherry themes. We did a Thompson Brothers one. Glad to have Simon Thompson pop in for a night, and we had a great night with that one. So some really, really good stuff. Some of my favourite whiskies of the year came out through those tastings. I think that we were heading through into some of the kind of themes we did. I think I did a wee bit on Bear Barley. I think we did the Aaron Bear Barley, did some Laddie Bear Barley videos. Some really good stuff on Bear Barley. So lots of things are going on in 2025. Pricing's gone through the floor at the minute. Auction houses the flippers are just gashing themselves to death. Nobody's making any money at auction, which is happy days. If there's any bargains out there that you're looking for, then any whiskies you've been trying to get from back in the day, I think they're all popping up now at crazy, crazy money. So may it continue that the auction houses are just kind of everything seems to be coming back to kind of retail. I think I've just done a looking at the whiskey auction this month, and I think there's something like I don't know, there must be 20 Springbank 10s at 30 quid. There must be about 50 Springbank 12 cash strengths, 30, 40, 50 quid at a minute. It may jump a wee bit later, but yeah, I think the auctions are a good time at the minute. It's just a shame I've got no more space in my shelves. If these prices would have came round maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have just filled my boots and bust my bank balance. But it's a good time in whiskey at the minute because I think the prices are starting to settle down. Edredor and Andrew Simonton and Signatories leading the way there. We kind of dropping all the prices. It's all great. Anybody got what's your so many guys drop in your whiskies of the year into the chat if you want to do that, and we'll just have a wee look and see if there's any kind of anybody's sticking out and any winners coming through the chat tonight, and I'll have a wee final sip of this. 1 in 10. Fantastic. What a starter. That's got my palate going. Later through the year, we were getting in towards March and April. I think I did a couple of old school videos. I think I did the old Pulteney 17. That was a great old trip down memory lane. Still one of my favourite whiskies of all time. I think I seen Sandy. Did you see Sandy pop in there and Drew pop in? Let's have a wee look. Yeah, how you doing, Sandy? Up back up there in the Highlands, mate. A wee bit of snow, Hamish is telling us. Well, I actually saw it on the news, but yeah. Well done, 8K, adding the whole cast strength in the glass. Wow, what a cracker. Good start, that one. So that'll keep you nice and warm, Sandy. Soren SRN, congrats, Alan. 10K just around the corner. I'm drinking in your health of a dram of Glenallachie 10 cast strength. Wish you all the best. Well, thank you very much. That's a great dram to be sipping on. And I think my mate there's Drew in. Hope you have another fantastic 26. Thank you very much, Drew. Cheers, buddy. And whizzing through, I think they're all having chats there. Chatting to each other. Oh, Hamish. Look onto the Scotch whisky auctions, my friend. There must be about 25 of them on there this month. You should pick one of them up. Easy, big man. Scotch whisky auctions. You've got a Springbank 12 cash strength, you'll be able to pick one of them up as well, mate. There's barrel loads on there, pal. Oh, I know the one you mean, Gav. Best dram 20 Kilkerran. Do you know what? It's upstairs, Gav. I might nick it for a minute and go up and get it and have a wee sip with you if I get a chance, man. Let me just remind me later on before you go, mate. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, Alan. 8,000, Nick. 80,000. Oh, yeah, right. Come on. Yeah, I like your optimism, my friend. Fantastic. How you doing, Ian? Great Christmas. Yeah, I hope you had a good one, mate. I'm sure I'll catch up with you next week in Southport, mate. That's just perfect timing there, Ian. Having an Irish whiskey tonight, Teeling Black Pits, Marsala single cast red. Wow, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I think jumping back to February last year was the Southport Whisky Festival. We tackled that Southport. I think I'm due again to go next week. I think it's the Saturday the 17th of Jan. So yeah, a week on Saturday, I think we're at Southport. Another great experience at Southport. Fantastic whiskies, great little whiskey festival. Great job. It's local, it's on my doorstep, so I've got a kind of little drive through, half an hour drive, and a wee stay over and have the beautiful stuff that's going on in Southport. So I'm really looking forward to Southport again this week, or next week. and I think I'll catch up with Ian there. Classic Laddie, I think, came up there where we're going. Classic Laddie and the Aberdeen cash strength this year. Fantastic. I'm always a wee bit sceptical with the Aberdeen. I hope it can be a bit hit and miss, I think, but it's just a case where you've obviously got a good one this year, and obviously the Classic Laddies are staple there on the shelf, so absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to open up now? What we're going to get in my glass next, guys? Let's have a wee look to see what I can get in my glass here. Yes, perfect timing again, guys. September last year, I'm a member of the Somerton Whisky Club, so I got a Somerton bottle last Feb. I think it was the first one of the year last year, maybe the second one of the year. And it happened to be this. And this is a wee bit of story today. I can spend a wee bit of time on this one, guys. So this is the Speyborn 18, 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour. Picked that up at £59 through my Somerton subscription. I think what you do is you pay them 59 quid every 2 months and a bottle comes. And they're always pretty special bottles. Some are specially bottled for Somerton, and like this one here, this was the Speyborn 18. So normally retails around about £89. So at 59, it was a deal. So I picked up my bottle at 59, and let me get some in the glass, guys. Let me pour this, and then I always feel like I'm going on too much, and I'm going to try and keep an eye on you guys. So yeah, wow. Love that. Great, Frank. Sorry, mate. So yeah, got the Speyborn 18. So picked up at £59, and then I think a couple of months later he had a special offer on where you could buy some more. So I filled my boots. I don't know if you can see behind me here, guys, but in here, that's where it is. But a whole along the back here, I think I picked up three more. So I managed to pick up three of them. At 59 quid, which I thought was a steal. And then recently this month, guys, they had a Christmas special on for members where he was knocking them out at 45 quid. Just a wee quick story. I don't know if Dana will mind me sharing this, but I'm going to share it anyway. I think Somerton have picked up all the remaining bottles of the 46% ABV because I'm not too sure if you're aware, but Speyborn have now rebranded to 40% ABV. So this is the last of the 46. So I've filled my boots, so I've got a load of it. So I'm set for life. I've got a couple of mates, some bottles to share and all that. So hopefully that's the thing. But yeah, this was one of the highlights of 20. I've got it in an Edrigar glass here, but yeah, lovely, lovely Speyborn. But let me have a wee sip of this. Oh, so nice. So, guys, you want to take advantage and have a wee look up, check out the Somerton. I'll try and put a link into the description down below, but I think it's just somertonwhiskeyclub.com. Should take you there. And then there's hopefully they're looking forward to another good year this year. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to come this time. I didn't buy any, trying to save some money. That's no good, that, Mike. Congratulations, mate. Oh, cheers, Paul. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for. I noticed your comment earlier. I think you were in nice and a couple of days earlier, I think. So I did notice you, mate. Yeah, looking forward to Southport on the 17th with you and a few others. Yes. Could get messy, Ian. Need you to look after me, mate. Make sure I get back okay. But yeah, no, that was one of the highlights. This Speyborn 18. What a real shame, guys. I don't know what they're thinking. Don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's finally the nail in the coffin of Speyborn, especially for us enthusiasts. I don't think Speyborn will be bothered too much because I think they're planning it for other markets, and I don't know whether it's supermarket shelves or whatever they do. But what a real shame. What a fantastic whiskey. Both the 15 and the 18, two standout Speyside whiskies. all done correct, you know, tick, 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 all the boxes ticked. And it's just a real shame. But that was one of the highlights back in February. Then I started doing my tastings. I think the first tasting might have been Feb. We did one in the Campbelltown was Feb. We did another one in March. I think March might have been a sherry one, maybe a blind one. We did. It was one of the other. But we certainly did a few of them. And they've been going down well, guys. Really nice. I can either do 30 ml bottles or 50 ml bottles. It's entirely up to you guys. And if you want to hand pick some special stuff that I've got off the shelves, perfect, fantastic. Wow, there's a job there, mate. Well done, pal. Work in progress collection. What was the last one you had to get, Mike? Or did you get them? Did you get them in different orders, or did you get them as you came across them? I've had mine a while actually. I've actually had two sets of them, Mike. I sold a set way back, probably 2018, 2019. I sent a load of bottles to auction back then, and then I've picked them back up again since then. Let's have a look. There we go. That's Mike. Come to their senses soon and release some non-grape polluted stuff. Oh, I don't know about that, Frank. I think they're kind of they like their Spanish oak and they like they'll do like their sherry casks at Speyburn, but it's just a shame they're dropping the specs on it. That's the real shame. Let's have a look. I was born in 1977 and was able to get an Aberlour Abernathy batch 77, came in at 60.8. Wow, what a whopper. 60.8 would be, yeah, it's a big one, but they're all up there somewhere. 60s, 59s, 58s, 61s. It's a banging dram. I just found it when I picked up a few bottles. I did do a run in them at one point, and I think the batch variance was really substantial in some of them. And I knew you couldn't resist it, Frank. I know me. I mean, we know each other well now, my friend. Um, I was actually racking my brains. Here's a wee tip for you, Frank. I'm going to go a wee bit early here, mate. One of my goals for, and what I highlighted towards the end of 2025, particularly when I did the lists, a lot of the lists in your kind of terms were very much grape forward. I think most of my whiskey experiences last year, grape was involved pretty much all the way through. So what I need from you, Frank, is put into the comments here, put me some of the whiskies I should be looking out for. Well, it could be peated, it could be ex-bourbon, some of the stuff that you think I should be looking out to pick up. And if I can pick them up, mate, I'll have a wee go over them and I'll try them on the channel and hopefully try and give you some reward for popping in as regular as you do, mate. I know it must be a hard task for you because you know 99% of the time it's not going to be your type of whiskey, but you just stick in there, mate, and I'm so chuffed and so thankful. But yeah, some whiskies. I want to try and do some more, maybe some bourbon whiskey, not bourbon, but yeah, maybe try and pop some bourbon reviews in, or maybe how do you feel about bourbon reviews? I always tend to find I did a wee season of bourbon reviews a couple of years back, and nobody seemed to watch them. But yeah, I'm going to try and have a look at doing some more bourbon cask influenced whiskies this year. Maybe a wee bit more peat this year. I've got a couple of peated ones I'm going to do towards the end here. In fact, I'm going to crack both of them open tonight. So I've got two peated whiskies to open up. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And as we say, we're getting through, the packs went down well. Tastings seemed to go well. I say we had Simon Thompson in had a Thompson Brothers tasting. Simon popped in and he really gave us some great info. Got his laptop out, got all geeky, all of that kind of stuff. So that was another highlight of the year, was the Thompson Brothers tasting. Getting into June, Beginning of June, I usually hit the Air Whiskey Festival. Let me get this right. Whiskey and that festival. Robbie's Drams. They have a whiskey festival the first weekend in June. I think this year seems to be the last weekend in May. This year. I've just got some tickets for that today. But whiskey festival, fantastic. We have a nice little team, little five amigos. That'll be the Ridge brothers, Simon and Chris. We've got Neil and we've got Adrian, and we have the whiskey friend. So yeah, so we all kind of head down to Ayr on that last weekend. It'll be that last weekend in May this year. And it's usually the kind of first weekend in June. Always a great festival, great weather, great drinks, great drams, great chat, great people, great community, all fantastic, all great stuff. So yes, and I think what was the one this year? Air Festival. I think, yeah, the one of the bottles. I had two favourites at the Air Festival this year. I'll try and do one of them later. I had an odd 19 which I picked up, and I was tossing up between that and a Glenallachie 12, both from Cadenheads. I ended up buying the odd on the day, and I later picked up the Glenallachie later on. I think it's up here somewhere, up there somewhere. I think that might be it there. Two fantastic whiskies. I'm going to have a wee sip of that later on anyway. So what did I pour you? The Speyburn, yeah? Fantastic. Mouth's all drying up. There must be that Oloroso, that kind of dark sherry. Great pollution, as Frank says. Let's have a look. Got a couple more popped in. Got more people popping in as we speak. Oh, how you doing, David? David Owen, how's it going there, mate? Let's pop that one up there. Give you a wee mention there, mate. Good evening, Alan, everyone. Congrats on the 9 years. Overthinking it there a wee bit, mate. Too early with that one, David. But yeah, I notice you've redeemed yourself there, my friend. Is that a bit of wishful thinking? Hoping, mate, let's see how 2026 goes. It'd be great if I can get into 2026 at the end and maybe hit 2027 and have 9,000, which would be great. Where are we? No worries when our tastes are different. Some suggesting Springbank 12 cask strength, Wireworks bourbon. Yeah, I do have that actually, Frank. I've got that bottle there, I think. Loch Lomond. Got a couple of Loch Lomans. So as exclusive 10, I think mine's is the 5. I've got a 5 exclusive, I think, Frank. Here somewhere. Where have I got? Where's Loch Lomond? 3 seconds, I'll check it out. Let's have a look. So that's a good start, Frank. I think I've managed to get a couple. So this is the Wireworks. This one, single malt, English single malt. This is the first release from Wireworks. Lightly peated. This is an STR, oak STR in bourbon. Don't know how that'll go down. I've not opened that one yet, Frank. So that could get cracked this year. This is the first release from Wireworks, so I'll be interested to see what that's like. And I think this is maybe what you're talking about. This is a Loch Lomond. This is a distillery edition. It is 2017, 5 years old. So I think this is number 2, this 57.5. So yeah. So I've got a couple that I could maybe start getting to early in the year with. But guys, anybody got any comment, any whiskies that you think I should look out for? And I'm going to try and do a wee bit more kind of bourbon. I'm going to try my best to ease off a wee bit on the sherry, man. So Don't know if I'll be able to do it, guys. I don't know if I've got it in me. Let's have a look. Tony Nelson's in. How you doing, Tony? How's the weather over there? Congratulations, Craig Ellicky 13 for a pre-dinner dram. Yep, cool. Nice. Oh, here we go. Had a tasting with Michael. Is that Sir Michael Henry, where he poured some of the distillery exclusives, some great drams, released 10, should be on the shelves now. Have to get it myself, but not okay, available. You got somebody picking that up for you, Frank? Uh, if you want me to pick you one of them up, I'll try my best to pick you one up, mate, if you want one. Cash strength. How you doing, Johan? How's the weather over there, mate? Belgium, innit? I think it's Belgium, I think. Forgive me if I've got that wrong, um but yeah. No, we're doing well, guys. We're doing a nice wee blast for the past. Getting through the year. So yeah, the Whiskey Festival in June was spectacular. Then I started doing I think a wee cash strength series of cash strength whiskies. I think the Glen Ord came into that. That almost was almost my best cask strength whiskey of talking about cask strength. That was almost my best cask strength whiskey of 2025. It just got pipped by the one over there. And that's another story. I'm going to come on to that in a minute. Let me have another wee sip of this. Wow, awesome. So yeah, cask strengths. Two highlights to the year was the Ord, this one here, from Caden Heads. Look at that colour, Frank. Look at that bad boy. So that was one of the highlights. And then the other one, this was the one that won it in the end. And there's a story with this one, guys, because if you've been a follower of the channel from way, way back, then this Glendronach was my gateway into whiskey. And then obviously, I think 4 or 5 years ago, we had a wee bit of a fallout and I kind of fell out with Glendronach. And then this was the one that kind of brought me back to Glendronach. This is a Rachel Barry Glendronach cask strength. This is the batch 11. I've got the batch 12 over there. So let me have a wee pour of get into the cask strength now. So I need to be careful what I'm doing. I'll end up in a mess, but do it responsibly, of course, guys. Yeah. So yeah. So that's Glendronach cask strength, batch 11, richly sherried, matured in the finest Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry casks, bottled at natural 59.8. So this was a whopper. So this reminded me of. I'll tell you why this was. It took me back to Glendronach is because this one is natural colour and non-chill filtered. So I think the cask strength ones tend to still be uh, natural colour and non-chilled, which was great. And this was phenomenal stuff. It's Glendronach. Really rich, dark, raisin, all that sherry goodness, the richness from the Oloroso, the PX just sweetened it up beautifully. All right, yeah. I'll come on to that, Johan, if you're able to hang around me. I've got a wee segment for that later on, pal. Um, Now you sound like Patterson. I can throw on the floor here, Frank. I have no carpets, mate. I've got some nice wooden flooring down here, so it should mop up quite nice. But you know me, Frank. There's very little chance of me throwing any whiskey on the floor, my friend. But yeah, it is wonderful, wonderful stuff. I'm sure. I'm sure some of those ex-bourbon whiskies of yours, mate, have got a phenomenal colour as well. It's just a different colour to these. But yeah, fantastic. But this was great. This took me back to this was like the old Glendronach that I came to love back in the 10, 15 years ago. It reminded me of the old 15, the old 18 Allardyce. But this was just rich raisins, rich prune juice, all of that great stuff is going on. And it was powerful and it was punchy. All natural, Frank. All natural. Anyway, Frank, whatever happened to Patterson? Where's he gone? Don't hear much of him anymore. Mark, how you doing, Justin? How you doing, buddy? The Glasgow man, K. How you doing, buddy? I was just doing that wee, I don't know if you caught the Spayburn 18, mate. I just had a wee blast of that one. Perfect Christmas, eh? Fantastic. Oh, this is awesome. I'm hoping to try and build up to they just get better and better and better as I go down the road. Hopefully you can hang around, Frank. I'll save some peat for you for later on, pal. It noses beautifully. It tastes beautifully. It has everything. It starts wonderfully. It noses beautifully. Tastes beautifully. Finishes big punchy finish as well, man. Wow. Super stuff. But yeah, this was one of the highlights. This was my half strength whiskey of 2025. And I didn't know that at the time, but as I went back to check out, once I usually get into December, I start looking back, looking at what we've had, what we're doing. And this one just stood out. I went back, checked it again, and it's just incredible. Put it in a tasting. I put it in a tasting back, maybe in the middle of the year. It went down a storm. Fantastic whiskey tasting. What did I do? Yeah, yeah. No, it's not in that tasting. But yeah, no, it went down and the guys loved it. Fantastic stuff. But that's that. Glendronach, cash strength. Anybody, guys? What? Anybody bought any kind of Glendronach recently? 15s, 18s, 12s. How are the latest bottles doing? How are they popping up? How are they doing? Um, what we doing? All right, he's going to pop. I think I've got a wee guy wanting to pop in. Let me know. Just popping in for 10 minutes, drinking a Glengoyne, cash strength, batch 10. Well done, mate. Fantastic, lovely piece of whiskey that Glengoyne. Wonderful stuff. Enjoy that, mate. Have a nice early night tonight. Get yourself down to work in the morning. And I'll catch up with you in Southport. Last Glendronach I bought was before COVID. Peathead. Okay. So which I'm intrigued to know which Glendronach you bought, Frank, because they tend to be sherried. But that's maybe you've bought a bourbon one, but can't recall any kind of bourbon ones. I've bought the Glendronach 20 recently, but it's still unopened. Well, you know what you do. There's no a better time like now when we're sharing some Glendronach together. Haven't bought any Glendronach exactly the same as me until I bought this one. And absolutely fantastic. Loved it. Um, when you get a chance, please review the Weems malts. Peat Chimney 46 natural colour, non-chill filtered. Not a peat monster, more of a akin to a beginner peat hugger. Lovely change of pace strap. Yeah, no, maybe I'll have a go. I'm going to make some notes here, Jerry. I want to try and do a wee bit more. Maybe try and get off the sherry stuff, man. So I'm going to listen. I'm still going to be drinking the sherry, but I'm going to try and do a wee bit more on the channel where it's not all kind of sherry based. Um, and what's this one here? What's the what 3 Edra do I close out the year on the 20% discount? Thanks for all your reviews, Al. Yeah, no, I'm going to finish up tonight, mate, because that was where my kind of year ended. But I think my month got hijacked in December. That's why my whiskey of the year videos came out a wee bit later. Is I think for me everything tends to start off great in the year and then have a wee lull through the middle part of the year, and then it all kind of ramps up. Whether it's Christmas, whether it's the sherry, whether it's the cold weather, whether it's the big ABVs, all of that tends. So I really tend to cram a load into kind of November and December. And I think with the Oz was in November and the Whiskey Festival in November, I think November's a tough month. And then Christmas, getting into December as they run up to Christmas. Everybody's throwing offers at you left, right, and centre. Discount this, discount that, discount this. So yes, so Edredure hijacked a wee bit towards the end. But I'll probably touch on that. I'm going to try a couple of Edredures later on. I'm trying to save myself for these Edredures later. I'm building up to the big stuff. Let's have a look. Whiskey friend. Back in the days, I was in my great appreciation period. Uh, no, those Frank, those you've got to admit, mate. That 15 and 18 pre 2019, 18, 19, I think they were spectacular. 13 Tin Drum exclusive. Yeah, no, they were special whiskies, mate. And I actually think even now, I think if you still went back and tried a couple of them, I think they would hit the spot. Glendronach 15 Revival. Yeah, that's spectacular. That was my gateway to whiskey. That was the one that really turned me on to whiskey, sent me down the Sherry Road. The channel came around on the back of that whiskey. If I hadn't opened that Glendronach, there'd be no Whiskey Friend channel. So it's a firm favourite in my heart. Great whiskey, great time. Yeah, Revival 15. I think there's a couple still here somewhere. I think they're in the corner there just behind the lamp. But yeah, great stuff. This Glendronach, spectacular. Nutty, raisin, prune juice, beautiful mouthfeel, thick, oily, but almost buttery. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So then, as we get into the year, guys, we get into the. Let me get rid of some of these glasses. We get into the mystery malt time. So mystery malt from the Thompson brothers landed. That landed round about I don't know, maybe May time, I think. Went down a storm, picked up a few bottles, loved the whole concept. Must have been, I think, if you picked up your bottle, the black labelling, I think you can see a couple. Where have I got these? Where have I got them now? I think they might be. Oh, I think they're out of shot. They're up top there, I think. So there's a few of them up there. Black bottle, big question mark on it. Not a clue what it is. And the process was they're all bottled at 48.5%, all £65, and the lucky dip it was like a lottery. You got a whatever one you got, and it varied from it could be a 31-year-old something to a 5-year-old something. 5-year-old from a new wave distillery who are trying to promote their wares, and then all the way up to, I don't know, a 31-year-old Ardbeg or a 33-year-old Bayside or whatever. They had a choice. And in between, you had all these kind of Clynelices and Haltmores and all that kind of stuff in between. So there's lots of great stuff. The concept was great. Picked it up. I think it sold out in minutes. They all sold out. Then we had Series 2, Series 3. Everything's selling out. And gradually just be getting bigger. And I think then they've done one for California. Season 4, I think, Series 4 was for California. And now the current one out at the minute is Series 5. And I think that's as much as maybe almost 11,000 bottles of that one. So I think it's gone down a storm. For me, I think it's become too sanitized. I think they've came out too quick. I think there's been 5 of them in half a year, I think. So it's maybe one every month. I think that's a kind of series every month, which for me, I think is probably just too much. But and it's lost its way. But I think if they did that maybe a couple a year and things like that, then I think it's great. But who am I? Thompson Brothers know what they're doing. They're knocking it all out. They're killing it and everything. They're smashing it out of the park. All great stuff. So I had a wee series with the spent the whole year really with Thompson Brothers. I've probably picked up more Thompson Brothers bottles this year than anything else from anyone else. Oh yeah, there he is. I was lucky enough to get the 27-year-old from yeah Speyside 27. Have a guess who got him that, guys? Yeah, I had to deliver it. That's the galling thing. It was sitting right there, and then I had to take it up, and yeah, that's what he got. But yeah, hope you're enjoying it, Paul. Hope you've saved me a sample of it, mate. I know you don't give me a sample yet, but hope you're saving it. Okay, what's David saying? I haven't bought any Glendronach in years, lost touch with them, plenty of other bottles to spend my money on. Yeah, no, I think there is a couple. I think if you search around, David, I think there is. I think Rachel Barry's doing the best. I think she's doing a great job with what she's able to do. I think there is still a few. Looking at this, there's a few natural colour ones out there and non-chill filtered. So I think there is a few bits and bobs. And I think if you check them out, you can. That counts for multiple other distilleries, almost completely switched off. Switched to IB myself. Yeah, no, I think I've had a big year with indies. I think if you're looking for the specs, I think they tend to cater for us guys. I don't think some of the big distilleries, the big companies, think you're Diageo's and your Brewers, and I think a lot of them are not really that interested in us. They're interested in different markets. I think, but as far as the Indies, I think the Indies are looking at us. I think it's going to be tough. I know if 2026 is going to be a tough year for the Indies because I think unless they've really got all their ducks in a line, I think it's going to be a tough year for all that stuff. Just a quick one talking about the year for whiskey. I think one of the guys texted me. I'm not too sure how accurate it is, but any of you guys that are in America, I've heard that Jim Beam is mothballed everything for the next year, and I think that's one of the biggest. I'm not sure it might be the biggest producer in the States, and I think they're going to mothball. So if you've heard that, guys, and you can give me any info on that, that'd be cool. Switching over to an SMWS 10-year-old Royal Brackla finished in a wow, okay, tons of flavour. It's going to be a tough one to follow that black art, isn't it? That'll be a tough one to do that, but I suppose that's going to have a big, punchy 59 point something ABV on that one. It sounds nice, Brackla. We've had a couple of Bracklas on the shelf. I don't think I've ever reviewed a Brackla. Yeah. So where are we going out after that then? So then I'm pretty much I think round about a half year point, the one of the highlights again for me was Glenallachie. Glenallachie's a distillery that I've purchased quite a bit of. Not done much to be fair in the last kind of 6 months with Glenallachie. I think the last one I picked up was probably the Glenallachie 10 cast strength. Great stuff. But I noticed a press release of it was voted the best whiskey in the world by the Whiskey Awards, World Whiskey Awards, something. So they rated the Glenallachie 12 as the best whiskey in the world. So I went back and I did a little review on that. And to be fair, guys, it's one of those whiskies. That is one of the ones that is getting better and better. Also with the 15. So they're probably for me two of the most improved core range bottlings that are getting better and better and better as time goes on. So I'm loving the 12 and the 15. I was going to bring a couple of them down tonight, but I think I've got enough here to see me through. But yeah, let me finish this cast strength and then we'll get into something. I might just try the Glen Ord next. Super, super, super. Let's have a look. They mothballed the biggest plant for 2026. Awesome. That is just it's tough. How you doing, Mr. Barnes? Paul got me a turbo. Absolutely love it, especially the 225, 25. Yeah, yeah. I was actually going to I was going to do the turbo tonight, guys, but I've decided not to do the turbo. I'm going to open another one instead. I'll give you a wee preview for later on if you want to hang around. You peatheads might like this. So this is the new Miko Tour. This is the cask strength single cask from 2018. Peated 60.1. Look at that. Hey Frank, look at that bad boy. So I'm gonna crack that a wee bit later, guys. So yeah, if you peatheads want to hang around, that might be that was just a little tease. Little tease there, mate. How did I miss you coming in, David? How did I miss that? How did I miss you sneaking in the back door there? What did Ian say? Yeah, Ian's here. He's been was reading their main site that they are mothballing for 2026. They're still running the Booker. No, okay, cool. That's a big deal, isn't it? I'm presuming that's a big deal. Yeah, so Mr. Barnes is in. Sit down, David, pour your dram, strap yourself in, mate. Let's get excited. Okay. Just a quick one, David. I'll be in touch over the next sometime in the next week, mate. I'm going to try and plan some dates. Going to try and plan in the next tasting, see what we can come up with. I'll be in touch, mate. Whiskey friend had a great evening with Billy Walker and a Glenallachie tasting at my local specialist shop. He's a great bloke. No, what a cool dude, man. What a cool dude. I think he's just done a podcast with a whiskey baron, guys. If you've not seen it, check it out. It's pretty. There's talking about him back from his early days. What he want if he had the chance to go back and do it again, what he would do. So it's pretty cool, man. How cool is this? You know what his ambition in life was? Is he was a wee bit of a scientist back in the day, right? And what he was, his plan was to try and get a painkiller that's non-addictive. That's the goal with Billy Walker back in the day, man. What an awesome thing! Imagine a painkiller that's non-addictive, eh? Sure. Where we go next stage? Will we do the Glen Ord? Uh, okay. I'm going to give you guys the shout. I've got two to do here. So rather me try and pandy foot around, I've got two. So I've got the Orb 19 and I've got the Thompson Brothers. This was my independent whiskey of the year, independent bottler whiskey of the year. So this is the Tianinic 17, and it was 5 years in Oloroso hogsheads. So these were two crackers. These were both in my. This was in my cast strength whiskey of the year. This was my independent bottler of the year. So let me leave it to you guys for a wee second while I finish off one of these, and you can let me know which one I should try next, and then we'll continue the journey of 2025. Thompson Brothers. How you doing, Hamish? You okay, mate? Did I send you this one, Hamish? This is the 17. I think I might have put this in one of your packs, if I'm not mistaken. Funnily enough, Hamish, this is your pack here, my friend. It's going to get posted out to you tomorrow. So Have a wee look at over the next few days. Well, Mike needs a refill. What are you going to fill up with, Mike? What's going to get into the glass? Obviously, it's nice and cold over there now, so it needs to be something. Glen Alec made some nice ones last year. Yeah. Guys, they look like he's are too bothered whether I do the 17 or the 19. This one, this teen in it is 57.1. Guys, I think that's my favourite proof, that 57, the old 100 proof. That seems to be my sweet spot. Uh, in fact, I'm going to make an executive decision because I'm going to try and I've not got much left of this one. And I'm trying to pick another one up at auction this week. So hopefully I can replace this one. So if you're bidding on that teen in it in the auctions, let me know so I'm not bidding because I'm not going to stop until I get it. So whatever you're bidding, I'm going to outbid it. This is awesome. Let me get it in the glass. Yeah, yeah, let's have a look. That TV was one of the packs, and my gosh, what a corker that was. Looking forward to the next batch. No, they should go out to you tomorrow, mate. If I can't get them out tomorrow, maybe it'll definitely be Tuesday, mate. But Tom, looks like the Thompson brothers are getting it. I think you've tried it as well, Dave, haven't you? I think you liked it as well, also, mate. That was a banger. So pour a wee pour here, Dave, and if you want, I think I might have a wee one left there for you, mate. I'll try and save this one for you. If I pick up another bottle at auction, then I think we'll be doing all right. But I need to pick one up. Oh, there it is. So that teen in it, with that Oloroso, but I don't do much tea in it. But most of the tea in it I've had, I'm not like this one. This is dirty sherry, dirty. Almost reminds me of an Edredor. But it's the same time it's lovely and sweet and confectionery and all the good things that you do. This is one of 100 bottles on this one. And I think this was one of the ones that when Simon was telling us when we did the live, this went into the mystery. What was it this? At 57.1. And then they did another batch for the mystery mall, and that got proof down to 48.5. Pretty cool. So who would say, oh, molasses is gone. Oh, Caledonia, man. You're too early. You're too early, my man. I'll have a Caledonia with you later if you're able to hang around. I'll definitely have a Caledonia with you later. So there we go. There's a white heather in the glass now as well. That's a Glenallachie, I think. That'll be, is that Alistair? Yeah, fantastic. That. Whiskey of the year, Ted. Whiskey of the year, mate. No getting away from you. Uh, but this is incredible, guys. I could be honestly say to you, if this wasn't as limited to 100 bottles as it was, then this could easily have been in the running for the whiskey of the year. It won the best. They had to give it something, and it won best indie of the year, best indie bottle. Yeah, by a mile, I think it was my best indies. And I had some great buys in indies. I bought the one of the highlights was the Campbelltown connection. That was another North Star one. That was a highlight purely because I got it under £50, which is fantastic. One of the other what was the other highlights I had? Campbelltown. I had a couple of indies. Uh, Campbelltown connection. I did do a few, definitely. did a couple for North Star. I did a couple of the periodical ones as well, which the Signity was massive, goes without saying. And the what was the other one? Did a wee bit. I had a good year with Old Perth. Picked up a couple of good old Perths. No, 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 no. Keep my no. Forget this auction, Mike. There's one in this year's auction, this week's auction, which I've got my eye on. Um, and I can categorically tell you whatever it goes for, I'll pay for it. So whoever's going to keep bidding, if you're going to keep bidding on this one, then it's going to get silly. But as a belter, Mike, here, that's the one. It's the one that looks like it's got some sort of whale or big. It's got a big fish on it anyway, and it is finished in 5 years in all the rods and hogsheads. Awesome, fantastic. But it's that dirty, dark, dank, but at the same time, it's lovely and sweet and confectionery and so much. It's like raspberry bonbons. It's all sorts of stuff going on. It's fruity. It's every kind of piece of red fruit. You can have a berry fruit, orchard fruit, red fruit, any all sorts of fruit you can imagine. It's in there, but it has this kind of. And at 57.1, there's no nose prickle, there's no nothing. It's just awesome stuff, man. Let me have a sip. Really, really dry arrival. Dry, sticky, punchy, peppery. And as it develops, it's becoming really, really juicy, really mouth-watering. It's just an incredible, incredible whiskey. Tip my hat. It's probably my favourite ever. Thompson Brothers. Just fantastic, incredible stuff. And I say I've had a few T&X before, but the T&X I've had have probably been more kind of bourbon. I think I've done the Flora and Fauna T&X. I've done a couple of I've done another couple of Thompson Brothers T&X, but not in this kind of makeup, which is awesome. Let's have a look. I'll have to watch the rest later, I'm afraid. Have a great evening. No, thank you very much. Guys, if you have to get off, then feel free. No problem, no hassles, no nothing. If you want to watch us on the catch up, that's spectacular, man. Thank you very much. Where are we? Okay, I won't bet again. It finishes next week, Mike. So if you see it after next week, you're okay. Um, you just cost me a fortune if you do, because I'm just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Uh, there you go. There's an old blast for the past. How you doing, Rob? Nice to see you, buddy. How you keeping? How's the weather over there? What you drinking? What's going on? Have you tried any of these? Have you tried any Speyburn 18, Glendronach? So I've whizzing through. I've done a Speyburn 18, Glendronach Cast Strength. We're on to this Thompson Brothers T&Nick, which I doubt you'll have a chance to have got over there. But it's good to see you in, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. Um, let us know what you're drinking. I've tried some great bourbon matured expressions available. Yeah, I think most of the ones I've had have been kind of bourbon influenced. But if T and Enoch, if they now that we know it takes beautiful sherry, then hopefully there's some really nice T and Enochs out there. Hope somebody's going to have the foresight to put it into some Oloroso for a wee bit. I think it'd be great, and the strength is perfect for me, guys. It's bang on, 57.1 proof. Let me send another wee bit down the hatch, guys. Nice and responsibly, of course. Wow, awesome. just going back to I did a tasting in the year, guys. I think it may have been around about September time. I think it's the best tasting I've ever done. And just to give you an idea what was in it, it had the Ben Romack cast strength in it. It had the James McTaggart Master of Distilling, Man with a Golden Glass, 12-year-old, Aaron, and finished in Palo Cortado. It had a Independent Speyburn 15 from Old Particular, 54.9 or something, I think. It had a Loch Lee cast strength, batch one. Bourbon, that one was. And it had the Org 19, and it had the Buna Haben 21 in it. So what a tasting that was. That was just awesome. Absolutely spectacular. So that was probably my highlight of the tastings that we did during the year. But we did some great ones, we did some peated ones, we did some blind ones, we did whatever. So there's a few bits and bobs. So I'm hoping to start them back up again, hopefully looking towards either the back end of January or start of maybe kind of early February. That's where we are with that. A lot of people saying hello to Rob. Let's have a look. September. Yeah, I think it was the September tasting, man. It was a belter. I think you gathered that Paul was on it. Is that the one you fell asleep, Paul? Tell me that's not the one you fell asleep. Okay. David, thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. If you want to catch the rest up and catch the how am I doing for time? How long have I been on? Oh, I can't even see how long I've been on, man. Oh yeah, I can. Now what? Yeah, probably got about another 40, 50 minutes if everything goes to plan, David, and maybe a wee bit longer if it gets out of hand. But hopefully I'm trying not to get out of hand. Yeah, I think Dave was on it as well. Great tasting. I'm sure it was September. Uh, yeah, cool. So, where am I going to go next, guys? Oh, let me have a you finish this tearing it off. It's so good. So good. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So what was I planning now? So let me got a couple of things to do here, guys, right? So we're heading towards the back end of 2025. So November was Oswas, great Oswas, great experience with Oswas. I think there was a lot of changes this year, a lot of new kids on the block. I think a lot of the younger distilleries came through. I think some of them came of age. I think Glasgow came of age. I think Ardnahoe smashed it. I think Ardnamurchan again was in there and in amongst it. Some great whiskies. Springbank, of course, smashed it as usual. Don't think there's any doubt that Springbank was going to smash it. Campbelltown Lock for me was probably a wee bit of a surprise. And Aaron wasn't a surprise in the People's Choice. I think this is a real staple kind of dram. Best whiskey, Springbank. I think it was Springbank 12 cask strength. I've not managed to pick one of them up yet, but I'm sure in this auction I'll get a hold of one of them because there must be about 50 of them in the auction. Yeah, lots of good stuff. What was a highlight of the Oz was Signity was a highlight. Lots of good stuff. So Glasgow Festival, great weekend in Glasgow as usual. Messy, expensive. I picked up a couple of bottles. I picked up the Edredale #2 in Glasgow, the new sister distillery, Edredale. Really looking forward to see what comes from that. First bottle was fantastic, 7-year-old, 57.1. Again, great proof for me. Picked up the Living Souls and the Thompson Brothers collaboration, and I'm looking forward to. I think there's a few more collaborations in planned with the Thompson Brothers and some other indies have got together and they've put some stuff together. Looking forward to that. But I say that Ardnamurchan, I don't think I bought much Ardnamurchan last year. I think I bought the Mingy, maybe I bought the first Mingy. hovered on the second midgie. And I think the problem I have, guys, is there's just at the minute there's just too much whiskey. I don't know how you guys are managing it, how you are picking, how you were, how do you decide what you're going to buy? All I tend to do, guys, is I'll get a ping on my phone. This is out, that's out, this is out, that's out, and then it's just delivery after delivery after delivery. But you can't buy it all. There's only so much, and you can only buy it. Really, I'd only recommend buying it. I wouldn't put yourself into any kind of debt to buy whiskey, but there's so much out there. So I think sometimes what I think you guys might be doing is picking your kind of favourites, picking people that you know, whether it be North Star, whether it be Signature, whether it be Glenallachie, whether it be, I don't know, Speyburn, Ben Romack. There's so many out there, Boona Habins, all of that stuff. So it's tough. And it can get pricey and it can get punchy, particularly towards the end of the year, guys, because everybody's firing stuff at you. Discount on this, discount on that, free shipping, this free shipping on that, and it's a tough ask. So the highlights for me at Glasgow is we went to the Glasgow Festival. We did a tour of Glasgow Distillery, which is a great little tour. Recommend it to anybody, guys. And I think their whiskey is just getting better and better and better. I think I have picked up a couple of bottles again. I think they're right on the very end of that shelf. I managed to pick up 3 bottles when I was there, and I've had another one delivered since. But yeah, no, you're right, Frank. Glasgow is awesome. I think we passed in the night, my friend. We kind of, you go there one night and you go wherever, and the Friday night was great. The Saturday night, the festival was spectacular. All those shaking hands and hugs and sharing whiskies and all that kind of stuff. Getting to taste lots of great stuff, lots of good stuff under the table. Some of the guys did Roy's tastings, I think the Sunday tasting and the Friday tasting. I didn't do any of them. I was out and about, and I think on the Sunday we did a pub crawl on Sunday. We did a sub crawl. Was the underground in Glasgow? I think I didn't realise at the time, but every underground around Glasgow, when you step out, the first thing you hit when you step out is a pub. So me and Ian, I don't know if Ian's still in, but we did the sub crawl, and I think we managed to do, I don't know how many we did, maybe 6 or 7 and we ended up meeting up with some lads, and we parked ourselves in one of the pubs. We were having such a good time, and I had some food, had some nice Guinness, had some nice whiskies, had whatever. Ian's still around. We did, and it was a great crawl. So yeah, that's one of the things. If you're ever at a loose end in Glasgow, guys, you can always just buy a subway ticket. I think it's about £5 for all day. Just let you know, we did it on a Sunday, and the underground shuts about 6 o'clock on a Sunday. And I think that's why we parked ourselves where we were. I think if it was a weekday, then we probably would have done more legs of that pub crawl. But yeah, great time. Glasgow was great. Very informative. Great whiskies, great little tasting. They're not shy in pouring you whiskey when you're in afterwards either, so it was pretty cool. Let me look. Glasgow has a proper underground indeed, pub-wise. Yeah, I didn't realise, Frank, that every single underground, when you walked out the front door, there was a pub on the door of the underground, which is phenomenal. Okay, so where are we going next, guys? So I'm heading towards the back end of the year, right? So a couple of the highlights is, and I didn't realise at the time, guys, when I was putting my list together in February, one of the ones that came into the list was this Aaron behind me here. The James McTaggart 12 years commemorating James McTaggart at Aaron, finished in Parlo Cotado. But I didn't realise, guys, I think it showed up in every list since 2021. I think in 2021 it was a honourable mention back there. and in some sort of form, whether it be in a 12-year-old list or a bargain list or a whiskey of the year list, it's featured in just about every list I've ever done, which I didn't realise at the time, but wow, what a cracker. So that was one of the highlights. The Bonner was good as well. Yeah, Bonner Cord. Guys, just a quick one if you know, sure, the Bonner Cord's closing in February. And I don't know if it's going to be open when it's opening up again, but it's moving down near towards the pot still, which should be good. I hate that walk from the pot still to the Bon Accord and the Bon Accord back to the pot still. I think the last couple of times we've been there, I think we've Ubered it, but hopefully now they're very, very close to each other. So great. Dan, you still remember? Yeah, great night was had me all. I sat with Gav in the Bon Accord after the Whisky Festival. We had a wee blabber, a wee gather, a wee blab, whatever you want to call it. Had a great night with Gav. Guys, again, if you've just popped in and you've not followed Gav's Drams, guys, dive over, give him a sub, tell him Alan sent you. Ask him for a wee sugar. Gav's probably gone to bed now anyway. It's probably past his bedtime. Watch him dive in and swear at me. Okay, so I've got a couple of bits to do, guys. So what I want to try and do now, so I'm going to kind of fast forward. Let me get some of these out of the way. If I'm being honest, guys, December kind of got hijacked by Edradour. Edradour hijacked it, hook, line, and sinker. The new 10 came out. The Signature 10 was a fun favourite. That's a perma shelf. It's what they say. Gav's still here. I'm still here. You're supposed to be going to sleep, Gav. No, well done. Fair play, Gav. Thanks for stinging by. Enamoured by Gav's wee sugar. No, it's awesome, man. It's a work of art, that Hamish, that sugar. I don't think I've quite mastered it. I'm going to have another wee go in a minute. So I've got two choices here, guys, for you, right? I could do Edradour now. I was going to try and save it to the end, but I've got two peated whiskies here. And I'm going to open the two peated whiskies. And if I've got time, I'm going to open the 21-year-old Booner. So where should I go? Do you want to do Edradour first? Or do you want to do the peated ones first? I'm sure these Edradours will. Don't worry about the peat. These two can mix it. So I'm leaving it to you guys. So the two I've got a cash strength Mikoto, 2018 single cask, Pedro Jimenez, and that is coming in at, where are we? What we're looking at. Well, there's only 359 bottles of this, man. Well, I didn't think it was as little as that. So yeah, so I've got that one. And here's a cracker, guys. This could end up in the next tasting. I'm going to do the Bunnahabhain Moin Oloroso. Going to crack that open now. This one's been a kind of favourite of mine. I don't know how many bottles I bought, and I don't know how many bottles I've gone through. And I think up behind me, I've still got another two up there behind me. Again, 60.1 Moin Oloroso, natural colour, unchill filtered, and it is coming in at 60.1% ABV, man. Wow. So, do you want me to do the peated ones? Bowman's gone peat. First one in's gone peat. GKM, that looks like a new name. Forgive me if it's not. Congratulate 8K. Been sipping on a bourbon, but I can easily be persuaded to switch to single malt. Single malt all the way, my friend. You're going to get some proper whiskey in you now, aren't you? So, where will I go first, guys? Will I go with the Miko Tor or will I go with the Buna Haben Moi? Which where do you want to go? Tell me, drop into the comments and let me know which one you want me to crack open. Let me open both of them anyway, so I'm going to crack them open. Let me check which one is. Let's have a look. I didn't know there was different ones, Frank, but let me see what this one is. I think it says on it where it is. Got no idea, Frank. Where does it tell you which one it is, Frank? And they say ABV at 60.1, Frank. No. Yeah, look on Pete anyway. Oh, how you doing? How you doing, Greg? How's it going, mate? Long time. Where you been? Where you been hiding? Wow. No, it's probably me. It's been hiding me. I've not been doing many live streams, you see, so it's pretty cool. But no, great to have you in. Greg's one of my Patreons. Very, very thankful for your support there, Greg. How's Marty doing? You seen much of him? So he's got the receipt for this guy's free auction, and I've just got a fright there. I says I only paid £10.80 for it, but that's the shipping. So let me. Yeah, I can't see what it says on it, Frank. Which one it is? I didn't know there was two different ones. Thought there only was the one. But anyway, I'm going to open it anyway. I'll have a wee look there. I'll come back to you, Frank, once I've got a wee bit more light and I've got my better glasses on, and I'll let you know what it is. So we're going to go peek then, yeah. Hold on. Uh, must be the two that I've had, the 2016. That was even more impressive. Yep, back. Good. And they both 60.1, do you know, Frank? Let's see if I can find any info. Uh, so the 2017 one is, I think it's 60.1. Can't tell. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're all 60.1, Frank. Anyway, let me get a glass. Let me get a. May as well give this the honour and put it in a Buna glass. How are you doing, Luna? How's it going? Nice, long time no see. How you keeping? Let's get this open. Broken cork. I've just done a gav. Fuck, broken cork, man. Let me get it. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna get a cork soon. I'll get it out, mate. Give me 2 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. I watched Gav's latest video and exactly the same thing happened, man. Got it. Got it. Let's uh let's have a look at this bad boy. Oh, Frank. Frank. Look at that. What a nightmare that is. Oh, I can spell repeat, mate. Get him up to here. Yeah, how are you doing? Listen, I've not been doing lives very often, Luna, so I think I've only been doing a few. I think I did a few live ones last year, but not that many, man. But I hope you're well. Hope you're keeping good. Uh, that's why I think the 2016 was 60.2. Ah, yeah, no, this is 60.1. This. Wow, that's meaty. Let's see. How you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I've just opened that. You've probably seen me, Luna. I had a popped cork on it, but oh, how you doing, Lars? Lars, to your honour, big man. This is toasting for you, my friend. Again, how you keeping? How's the weather over there? Wow. Okay. The cork is not working properly. I think they have a pill for that now. Yeah, no, I've managed to listen. That's very rarely that happens. It doesn't happen very often. When it happens live, it's a wee bit of a pain in the backside. Um, yeah, Luna's doing well. No, great, Luna. Thanks. You know, if you're ever in Manchester, look me up. Had a broken cork on an Imperial recently. Couldn't get it out with a corkscrew. Had to decant the whole bottle to get rid of the cork pieces. Damn, still more that palatable. Luckily, yeah, no, cool. Minus 18, man. Jesus Christ. I thought we had a cold here, but over there it's wicked. But yeah, no, that's Booner. I've had a few bottles of this now, but I think every one I've ever had, though, Frank, I've always, that's why I didn't realise there's two of them. Every one I've ever had is 60.1. Let me just check the others that I've got up here. Yeah, 60.1. Yeah, no, 60.1, Frank. I've got another one. I've got another one upstairs. I need to check that. You've just reminded me, I'll check that when I go up. But that one up there, 60.1. I'll check out what the latest one I've had delivered is. Wow, this is. I can understand why people like peat, but I'm a sherry and peat fan. I like the sweet peat. I like the mix of sherry and peat. I'm not too keen on those kind of the medicinal peat, the band-aidy, the Freudy, that kind of stuff. But I'm definitely more. I'm a big Buna fan. I'm a Buna Habin fan. I think if you were to nail me down to a couple of distilleries, I think Buna Habin would be in the top three. Um, but yeah, this is lovely. Nose is great. Red berries, meaty cooked meats, salty, earthy, real nice on the nose, man. And it's just coating that glass beautifully. I will put a wee bit of water in this because it's 60.1, and I've had a few tonight. Ooch, love Lefroy. No, it's still my thing, Luna. Oh no, I can see where he gets it because I've just bought every time I see this, Frank. Every time I go through an auction, if I see it, I just buy it. And I just replace it because the only place you can get it now is auction. And when it comes up, I'll just buy it and drink another one and buy another one and drink. And I've always got a backup of this one, and it's one of those whiskies. It's probably one of my. I'm saying it's one of my favourite Bunas, but Buna 12 cast strength's a favourite. Buna 21 now is a cast strength favourite, and this is now my peated Buna. I think probably prefer this to maybe some of the Stoishers that I've got. I've got a couple of Thompson Brothers Stoishers up there that are open. I've got a couple of independent Stoishers that are open, but this is the real deal for me, man. This is I can understand why Scott fell silent. But did Bart not fall silent for this as well? Because I think he would probably like this as well, man. Him being a peathead. And you can tell with Scott, if Scott's fell silent, then because he's a wee bit like me, he's a sherry head. Bart's the one that's the peat guy, I think. But yeah, let's get a wee bit on the palate, guys, and we'll sip a little bit. That is so much going on. Wow, it's punchy. Comes in soft and it just builds and builds. The intensity just goes off the charts. Dry. Now I'm salivating. It's super mouth watering. All those berry fruits. It's punchy. It's fruity. It's sweet. It's earthy. It's so good. And this whiskey in a minute is, and I'm looking at auction guys, and it's one of the great things. I think I probably paid at one point. I think I paid a couple of £100 for this at auction. Now I'm picking it up for half of that. And the more of them that come onto auction, I'll just keep picking them up because I think there's retailed about 110, I think, on retail. And I think you could probably get that now at auction. Um, so there's a question. Hold on, where are we going? For that, I always feel sorry to have moved away from the great polluted stuff. I think you'd love this, Frank. I think this would be. I think you'd be hard pushed to find fault with this. I think this is. I know sometimes when they say unicorns, I think this is a unicorn whiskey, and I think this is one of those that once you've tried it, and I think even the most hardcore of guys who are not into peat, sherry lovers would fall over themselves for this, man. So the Buna, I think Buna. Dave's asking what the other two would be. Distilleries. I think Kilkerran's definitely there. Kilkerran's there, and if I was pushed for a third one, I'd probably go Glenallachie. So Glenallachie, Kilkerran, and Bunnahabhain. That would probably be my top three distilleries. But it's like having kids, man. How would you pick your favourite kid? You know, the Glen Scotia's fantastic. Speyburne's fantastic, and I'm sure some of the other Ardbegs and Springbanks and all of that kind of stuff. It's one of them. But I think looking at what I buy on the shelves, I think Glenallachie's definitely up there. Kilkerran's definitely up there. And for me, I think if Buna produced more bottles, then I would buy more bottles. I think I just seen an advert today. There's a Bunnahabhain 23 on offer today with 20% off it. So it's went from 3.99 to like 2.31. So there's like £170 reduction on it. So I'm tempted with that one. I've not quite pulled the trigger yet, but that's where we are. How you doing, Mike? Nice to see you. Long time no. How are them coins doing, Mike? Long time no see. Hope you're still using them. I hope you still have them. Hope you can still find them. Bourbon has taken over my collection. Never need to find a Kilkerran around here. Seems to be a hard one, hard to find for me. Where are you in the States, Mike? Where are you? I tell you what you look out for, me is look out for the new Kilkerran 16. You'll recognise it because it's in a tall bottle. It's just behind me here. It's in a tall bottle and it's very, very dark. It's 60% sherry and 60% bourbon, 40% sherry, but it looks real dark. If you can find that one, mate. I've tried those, still a 20% bottle closed. I'm waiting. I love sherry whiskey returns, and if not possible, we'll sell it at an auction. No worries, mate. But no, this is awesome. Uh, this no, you're very welcome, mate. Just let me know next time you're ready. This will definitely go in. This is one you need to try, Hamish. This is I don't think you're repeated, but if you like your sherry, then you can live. This is not overly off the charts. I think Des Moines tells you that it's peated Buna, but it's incredible stuff. Uh, where have I gone? I've just missed a wee bit. Awesome. I tell you what, Frank, I think you've just, well, I'm hoping you've not killed this cast strength. I hope I'm not wasting my time opening this cast strength Miko Tour, because after but again, this is 60.1 another thing. Yeah, same ABV, so okay, that might be quite cool. But this is awesome. This is incredible stuff. And I think if I review this, I think I might review this in 2025. So, guys, this could be a potential whiskey of the year, this already, and I've not even reviewed it yet. Oh, Bowman's on a Lechig. Lechig, wow, okay. Some nice Lechigs kicking around. Have you tried the Bowman? Where are you based? Which part of the world are you? Wow, so much. I always find, Luna, I can spot a Madeira whiskey a mile off because to me, it looks like a glass of Tango. Very, very orangey. I think that's the biggest giveaway for me with Madeira. But fantastic Masala, Madeira, all good stuff, man. Missouri. Oh, I nearly fell into the trap, man. I nearly said that. That's like John Wayne country, innit, Missouri? Clint Eastwood's a fan of Missouri, innit? He does a lot of movies in Missouri. Apologies, my friend. 1991 from Living Souls. Belter, fantastic whiskey, my friend. All good. That's the Lecheg 18, little bit of grain. And to be honest, you can't even taste the grain. So it's fit at £55, I think. There's Lars. What's Lars doing? Bunnahabhain, Kilkerran, Glenalec, great choices. I would definitely put Springbank in there. Maybe call it Jay Mitchell, so I don't have to decide between Kilkerran. Yeah, no, I'm Lars. It's one of them. I find Kilkerran a wee bit easier to pick up than Springbank, and I think that's what's happened. But I do like the. I must admit, I like the Springbank, the Kilkerran distillate. I like even their bourbon ones, and I think Frank, is Frank still in? I'm going to bring another peated one into the mix tonight. I'm going to give Frank a bit here, but let me do this. Bear with me, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, Frank, just for you, mate. I think this was one. This actually fared in one of my lists this year. This came into the where did I fit this one in? I fitted this in somewhere. This is the Kilkerran 8. This is the bourbon. 55.6. So let me pour one of these and I'll get a wee bit going on. So I'll get a wee bit of, but this is just for you, Frank. Love the fact that you're dropping in. So there's this, Frank. This has got this beautiful, beautiful colour going on. Look at that. That is incredible. Look at the beading on that one. Real nice. But this was one of my favourite. This is my favourite. I think this was probably my favourite bourbon this year. So sweet, man. This is real sweet. Marshmallows, coconut, tropical fruit. At the same time, it has that lovely smoky background. But wow, Lindsay's Frank. Cry of joy. There you go. No, that's just for you, my friend. Obviously. I don't know, did I review? I don't know if I reviewed this one this year, Frank. I can't remember if I reviewed this or not. If I haven't reviewed it, I'll do a review on this one so you can actually get a review that you like watching. I think I've seen, what did I see? I think somebody sneaked in there, I think. How you doing, Gabe? No, thank you very much, mate. How you keeping? You must be finding it tough to get to sleep tonight. But yeah, no, fantastic. So yeah, no, I've just gone through a few bits. I don't know how long you've been in, Gabe, but I don't know if you've sneaked in now or you've. But I've had a few sherry bombs and still got a couple left to do. So hopefully you can hang in and spend some time. Yeah. It's great. Polishing's great. Peathead Bowman, despite great polishing, it's still a great whiskey. The Kilkerran cask strength 2025 bourbon cask is so yummy. I don't think I've picked up the 2025, Luna. I think these are 2024. I think this is 2024, I think, Frank. Let me have a look. Yeah, this is November 2024, this one. Awesome. So, guys, if you had the choice, which one would you have? Let me get rid of that there. Let's have a look. Look at that. Awesome. Both of them are awesome, man. Yeah, this one, Luna, this is the date on this one is 18/11/2024. So this was November 2024, this one. No, Luna, that boner, that 99 and 1, I think it was a mistake that was made. I think somehow 3% of or 1% of 3-year-old grain whiskey got mixed in somehow. As far as I know, there's a shitload of it. There's, I don't know, 10,000 litres or something, but there was a whole load of it, I think, reputedly. 55.6 is a 2024. Yeah, this is 55, but this is this one. Oh no, listen. Although these are both peated, Frank, I think the Booner's a wee bit more peated. This is coconut, marshmallow, little hint of lactic, maybe a wee tiny little, I'm saying baby sick, but it's that little bit of lactic thing. But it's wonderful, it's tropical, it's coconut, it's marshmallow, it's a wee bit of cooked meats going on, this bourbon one. But it's very, very sweet. I think the sherry one's a wee bit more earthy and a wee bit more dirty and a wee bit more drier. But honestly, both fantastic, man. But even at 55.6, it's so easy. I'm going to put a wee bit of water in these. I did say I'd put water in them. Responsible drinking, of course. You know what's coming next, guys? Hope Gav's still watching. I think there's a wee Shugle coming. I did a live stream during the year, guys, and people asked me in the comments. Let me get rid of this. People asked me if I had a little fire extinguisher nearby. It's just a little Glenfarclas water flask. But yeah, so let's give these a wee Shugle. Get that water integrated into both of these. Fantastic. Yeah. I think the water with the Booner, it brings the peat a wee bit more forward. The earthiness, the dry, salty thing comes to the front. Whereas on the Kilkerran, it goes a wee bit more woody. The lactic becomes a wee bit more forward as well in this. Pineapple, coconut, tropical fruit. So nice. I'm peeved to say. Let me taste them to see if I prefer them with or without water. Still nice. I don't think the water does much to the palate for the Kilkerran. This is still nice, man. I was going to do a Patterson, Frank, and chuck this on the floor, but I said there's no way I'm chucking this on the floor. Right. I know the lactic touch can appreciate that. I always find the lactic thing for me is a Glen Scotia. I always tend to find it in Glen Scotia. I tend to find that wee hint of. I used to. There's one Glen Scotia. I think it was one of the special yearly ones. One of the before they became the what did they change it? They changed the series to something. But when they had the age statements, I think they did an 11-year-old Glen Scotia, and it became a famous one with me. It was the baby sick note. It had a definite baby sick note in that one, but that was only on the nose. On the palate, it was incredible. Nice. That's nice. Some people think it's a fire extinguisher, Frank. I thought I had a fire extinguisher nearby because I was drinking high proof alcohol, but no, it's a cool little flask, man. It's Glenfarclas. Saying that, I picked that up at the Southport Whisky Festival, which was a great little touch. You just take your water around in the flask, and you just kept filling it up, which is incredible, real cool. So, wow, 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 wow. I'm trying to think. Do you prefer peat on bourbon? But Frank, if these peated ones keep coming like this, this sherry, man, it's still a no-brainer for me, mate. It's the great all the way. But I do appreciate why you'd like this. I know you like that. This has definitely got that kind of. Is it an off note? Is it a kind of? But it's definitely sweet. It's tropical. It's coconut. It's marshmallow. But at the same time, it has those beautiful cooked beets. And I think with this one, with the Kilkerran, the smoke is way in the back. Whereas I think the smoke's up front on this. Berry fruit, dark, but every kind of dark berry, prune juice, raisins, figs, all the usual stuff. The only thing is lacking in this one is the Christmas. There's no Christmas cake in this. This is incredible. But anyway, let me do these and finish. I'm conscious of time, guys. I don't want to keep these too long. I know it's a Sunday night. Some work on Monday. Some of you might be in Monday already. Uh, awesome. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to sack the Miko tour. I've got two ways to go here, guys, and I think these are going to follow up this beautifully. Glen Scotia there, Gav's woke up again. Look, I was Luna. GS always has candy cotton note for me, fluffy and sweet. Yeah, you're right, but I definitely find that note is in there. That kind of with the sea salt, the maritime, the coastal. There's that little lactic thing, and I tell you which ones definitely have it. The 15 definitely has it, and the some of the kind of special editions, the Campbelltown Festival bottles have a little bit in there going on. It's been a long, long time since I had a Glen Scotia that I don't pick up that note. Gav, good night, mate. All the best, pal. I'll catch up with you at some point. I'm looking at the indie festival. It falls. It's Gav. It's 2 days after I get back from holiday, so I think it's going to be tough for me to get to that one, mate. I'll try my best if I can squeeze it in. I'll try and do my best for that. Timing's poor. My missus is booked as a holiday, man. Night, Gav. Andrew, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. How's things? How you keeping? Are you back working again? Are you back in the land of normality? Are you still just kind of living it up and chilling it out? No, thank you very much, mate. Thanks for all your support through 2025. Hopefully, we can get you back on board with some of these sample packs in 2026. Cool. What are you drinking, Andrew? What have you got in your? You'll have something special in your glass, but if you haven't, go and get something special in your glass. I don't I wouldn't worry, Alan. Putting water in it, amount of whiskey you've just put down your neck responsibly, of course, would make a difference. No, I'm trying to keep it real, and I'm trying to give people an overview of how it is with water and how it's not with water. But yeah, no, I'm drinking plenty of water. Don't worry, I'm getting plenty of water down my neck as well. No just whiskey. Responsibly, of course. But thanks for taking notice, Dave. Dave, I've still got some big ones to come, mate. Hopefully you can hang fire and stick with us. So I'm going to sack the Miko Tour. I don't think the Miko Tour would live up to what that just did. So I think I'd just be wasting it. I will do a review of the Miko Tour sometime January, February time. So I'll definitely come back to that one. Looking forward to that. See what the single cask Miko Tour does. And at cast strength as well. It should be awesome, to be fair. Okay, guys. I'm going to go into the back end of the year. December for me is sit down. It's a big time because lots of offers are coming. Lots of people are getting their stuff out just in time for Christmas. Buena Habit 12 cash round came out. Awesome. Wasn't as good as the 2022, but I don't think anything's going to be as good as the 2022. But I thoroughly enjoyed the cash round 12. Then the 21 came out, and I thought, no, I'm going to hold fire. It's too expensive. There's no way I'm paying the money. 275 quid it was. I said, I'm not buying it. I'm going to hang fire and wait, see what happens. And I'm glad I did because I got an offer a couple of weeks ago. It came out with 20% off, and I got it for about 220, I think. So I thought I can't resist it at 220. So I pulled the trigger. But December for me was all about Edredale, right? And I'm going to bring these two Edredales in. And I don't think they're new to anybody, right? But they're new to me because the way they are now. This is the where are we? Oh, I've got a few more guys coming, I think. Just poured the bourbon cast, Ben Romack 10. Fantastic, mate. Love it. Long live hope. Ben Romack got to 46%. Can't wait. What became of the mop user? His most recent reviews a year old. Yeah, no, I think he just had enough, Mike, and he just sometimes they come and sometimes they go, and I think that's where he went. Happy New Year! Yeah, no worries, Luna. Thanks for dropping by. Edredale, I did buy Edredale 10 for it because of you. Thank you. Have you opened it, Jazzy? How is it? How is it? Hopefully everything I told you is correct and you've loved it as much as I have. But yeah, I'm going to have a wee quick sip of this Buena Boy. I can't put this one away, guys. Let me just have a wee quick sip and then I'll have another cleanse and I'll go to Edredale. Was that too much? Awesome. Peter White. How are you doing, Peter White? How's it going? Thank you very much, my friend. Peter's been a long time no speak to, Peter. I know it's probably my fault because I've not done this for a wee while. Let me get a glass. Oh, that's awesome. It's so mouth watering. I don't know if the malt monk's still in, but I'm going to use his glass for this Edredale. So, guys, I don't know if you're aware, this is the new Edredale 10. Edredale 10 was always a fantastic whiskey because it was Edredale. Everything for me, everything from it. I know when I said top three distilleries, this could be fourth. This for me, I think if these guys go on the way they're going in 2026, this could easily nick into the top three. But at the minute, it's probably number four at the minute. Purely because of 1 month of the year. December for me, I picked up a couple of Edredales. all year I'd been going through the Signature Vintage, the Unchill Filter collection. I probably went through two bottles of that in 2025. I'm on to my third bottle, and I think I'm well down the third bottle. So that was a perma-shelf whiskey for me on the shelf. And then the chatter was going around. Signity was sending all sorts of waves out there, pricing, Signet Finch's bottles. Edradour have now upgraded the Fantastic 10, upgraded it from 40% to 43%, upgraded it from 43 to 46%. And I thought, well, I've got to try it. And I was amazed to find out that it took so long to upgrade it because they wanted to use up the cartons, the 43% cartons, the tin that it came in before they would produce some more, which was it's awesome. It's totally practical, totally understandable. And everybody's screaming, why is Edward 10 only 43%? But yeah, it's cool. Just a quick one on this one, guys. The Caledonia, right? I don't know what's happened here, right, with this Caledonia, because if you look at my tin, on my tin, it says, where are we? Where we're looking? Just above the Edredor, it says Scotland's smallest distillery. Right? But it hasn't been the smallest distillery for a while, right? But on the bottle, it says, just above Edredor again, it says Edredor's Little Gem. So I don't know if somebody's matched these containers and bottles and things up, but I'm not bothered because I paid 55 quid for it. So that's the great thing with this. But the thing I found with this Edredor is when I picked it up, I got it for like £45. And some of the 43% ones were 50 quid. So it doesn't make sense how things are priced these days. But I listened to Andrew Simonton on a podcast, and he said he was going to try his best to sort out the pricing things, and I think he's created some waves in the industry. I'm chuffed that he's done it. We're all benefiting. We're getting this editor of 46% now at £45, which is great. Everybody's got it at 45. Don't know whether he's told them it has to be sold at 45 quid. Not sure what's going on, but some of the other ones are a wee bit different price. Okay. Some no, that was me just kind of finishing that one off, mate. I had to. That was too nice. That was going right down the hatch. Glad you noticed. Nice to see you, Tim. How you doing, mate? Dropping in from work to say hello. No, it's fantastic, mate. And you've probably gone looking at your picture. You've probably got some snow over there at the minute, but yeah. Where are we? Boona 12, nearly impossible to find in Canada. Settle for Edinburgh 12 cash out. Yeah. If the Edinburgh cash 12 cash strength back six, I would take that over every Boona 12 except the Boona 12 cash strength of 2022. So if you've got a 2021 Boona or a 23 or 24, I would take the Edredor 12 cash strength over that one any day, guys. So if I think you're not missing out. But if you see a 2022, that's the one. Let's have a look. My daughter was in Orlando, picked up the Macallan 1210. This is the one. This is the one at the minute that everybody is raving about. Macallan seem to be trying to make a wee bit of a comeback. I've got a chance to buy one of these at the minute, guys. I think the whiskey shop has got that on offer at the minute, and it's deciding whether to pull. Should I pull the trigger on it? Is it worth me picking it up? Would you want to see a? I know there's a few Macallan 110 reviews out there. Would you want to see me review it? Dive into the comments and let me know. So, guys, this Edredor, awesome. Sweet, cherried, dried fruit, all the dark berry. I'm going to pour. Let me pour the Edredor. I'm going to do these side by side. Yeah, it's the only way I can explain it, side by side. I'm going to pour a wee bit more in that one because it's my whiskey of the year, so I'm going to milk it a little bit. Cool. So let me clear some space where I can move and interact. So awesome. So the rich, otherwise, not a lot of difference in colour. Don't look much different. Got a 10 year and you've got a 12 year. I don't think if you poured either, you would know if one was 10 or one was 12. But they're both awesome. That little bit of the difference between these and the unchilled filtered is really dark and dense and dirty and wet basement. These are heading that way, but they're not quite there. These are a little bit sweeter, both of them. This is again a little bit lactic. That sherry lactic note is in this, but awesome. Let's taste them. Both 46% ABV. I think the Caledonia was a favourite, like the Edredor, like the Glendronach was 5 or 6 years ago. It was a firm favourite, and it was always on the shelf until the prices 55, 60, 65. As soon as they needed to do a Caledonia hit £70, it kind of switched me off. Still great whiskey, but in that £70 bracket, there's a lot of other great whiskey in there. So when I managed to find this, I think I found this one at 45 and the other one at 50, 55. I thought, no brainer. Definite. Dave's dived in. Mr. Edredor. You know me, I love Edredor. 46 at £45 isn't an absolute no-brainer. Per myself all day long for me. Yeah, no, guys, this is one, right? If you like sherry whiskies and you're okay financially, this would be a no-brainer to buy it by the cask. Not buying the whole cask, but buying 6 bottles, 12 bottles, whatever. And it's no-brainer. It would just sit there at £45, 6 bottles, buy them all, bang, 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 all day long. And it's if it continues to be the same, because I think once we're in the habit of going, I like it, but is it going to change? So if you like it, buy 5 or 6 bottles at 45 quid. It's absolute no brainer, man. Oh, Ted, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you very much for your super chat there. You're very generous, my friend. And I'm going to toast this Edra d'Or Caledonia to you, my friend, to your good health. Wishing you and your family the best of health, best of wishes for 2026, mate. Cheers. Usually, when I come to the whiskey of the year, December's a time where you sit down, reflect, look at what you've tried. But it's not, it's a thing for me that I always tend to find my whiskey of the year probably in that last month of the year. Been having 2022 came in there. I think the Jill Kilkerran 16 as well might have come into that last part of the year as well. Um, and the Glendronach 10 might have been involved in that sort of timing as well. But I think definitely the last couple of years, last year the 2021 came in at the last minute. The year before the 12 came in, the 16 came in. They all tend to land for me in that last part of the year. One of the fun ones I remember was the Kilkerran 8, heavily charred Oloroso. That was the first review of the year. And that still got all the way through to the end. That was still, to be fair, guys, that was my one of my all-time favourites. Kilkerran 12, Kilkerran 8, Oloroso 57.1, no brainer. It is right there. One of the greatest whiskies I've ever tried. Um, Fantastic. And I think these are phenomenal. Edredure for me is killing it. I would have had them as my distillery of the year for one reason. I'd like to visit the distillery, and I think if you can't visit the distillery, you can't have it the distillery of the year, which is a shame. I understand why. I've watched the podcast, I've watched the reasons why, I've watched all the bits and bobs. Wow. These two whiskies I have just followed two fantastic peated whiskies, and these are still holding up. Sweet, fruity, dried fruit, red fruit, earthy, dank, tonnage, dirty. Nice, cool. So, guys, I've got a question to you. What are you looking when I go into 2026? What are you expecting from the whiskey friend? I've got a couple of things that I think I'm going to try and do better in 2026. Just a little note I've got here. I'm going to try and do. I tell you where I kind of eased off a little bit in 2026 is I went from kind of 2 videos a week to 1 video a week. I'm going to try and go back to 2 videos a week. And I'll tell you why I'm going to try and do it. And I think my videos were kind of random. When I put them out, I put them out, and they went out and they went out. So I'm going to try and take myself to a wee bit of schedule. I'm going to try and do a battle. I'm going to try and do more battles in 2026 because I like battling whiskey terror. I like trying this against that. So I'm going to try and do more battles, and I'm going to try and do the battles on a Monday, and then on a Friday I'm going to do a new video on a Friday. So hopefully that's the plan. Do a Monday and a Friday schedule so you can get used to knowing when they're coming out rather than me just putting them out and you pick them up as you pick them up. So hopefully you can get in the habit of looking out on a Monday or looking out on a Friday. So that's where I'm going to try and do that. Whether I can do it is a different ball game. And then I'm probably going to try and I'm going to try and start a live stream. I'm going to try and do a live stream once a month. I will try and do the tasting live streams. I'm going to try and keep them to once a month. And I think a Sunday night's probably the best night for me on a Sunday. So if I do a tasting live stream on that month, then great. If I don't do a tasting that month, then I'll probably do a whiskey friend tasting. Oh yeah, Ted wants more blinds. Ted, I'm shite at blind, man. Blind's not my thing. I will try and do it, but I'm shite at blind. I like to review things and taste things and research things and spend some time with it. Blind is no me, but yeah, I take it on board. What we doing here? Uh, Blinds are great. Okay. So I'm getting kind of bullied into there. I might do more. I'll do more battles, I'll do more reviews, I'll do more blinds. So yeah. So what I might find is maybe the live streams guys, maybe blinds. That might be where it is, mate. So when I do a blind, I can make a fool of myself on a live stream. Um, what is it? Sharp, mate. Yeah. So yeah. So that's where we'll probably go down. I know I'm shite at blind, but I'll have a go at it, and that's why they're fun. I love your reviews. Maybe some verticals. Yeah. Don't hold it against me with a blind, man. I think I've got more kind of clout when I do it, when I've spent some time with it and I can sit down and I can pick it apart and I can sit down with it and get it together. Blinds, I understand the blind thing, um, but I know I've never been great enough. But that might be good TV. It might be me talking shite for an hour and talking nonsense. So yeah, I'm cooking good with that. Double blinds. Yeah, okay, no worries. So, Edredores. Guys, if you've not got Edredore on your shelf, if you're a sherry head and you've not got Edredore, you're off your rocker. Edredore's one of the distilleries, guys. It covers it all. It covers if you like the peated, it does the Balakin. So you've got a peated Edredore. You've now got, I think Andrew Simonton is smashing it. I think he's really got his finger on the pulse. Really knows what he's talking about. He's got so much whiskey out there that the signature stuff will take care of itself. Edradour's taking care of it. So now that it's coming back to a sensible price, I think it will smash out the door. I think everything will go nuts with Edradour. What's what's P. Edgar on about? Talking real shit, adult content ahead, me records. Um, So yeah, loads of stuff. Moving on to the IB Kalila 10. Fantastic. Bowmore, well done, mate. And it's in my top three distilleries at the moment. No, it's a cracker. The only downside I'd have with it is that you can't visit, you can't tour because guys, if you've ever visited Edinburgh, it's the most beautiful place in the world. Absolutely fantastic, lovely to look at, beautiful. Just can't go and pay them a visit. Probably 10 minutes. You can't visit. It's awesome, wonderful, fantastic. I don't want to Springbank City to happen with need to talk to Andrew and see if we can get a whiskey friend cask of it. Well, that would be that'd be tasty. That would be tasty, man. Um, Brave man to go blind live. Well, if we're going to go blind, you may as well go live, aren't you? It's one of them, isn't it? Is there any other way of going blind? Can you go blind without going live? Uh, I can tell you from experience that you don't have to be good at blind tasting to be fun. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, Andrew. Right, guys, I'm going to pour one more dram before I go because I wanted to crack this tonight. I think I need another glass. Let me check if I've got one. Let me grab a glass. Both of them, the Edinburgh Caledonia, if you can pick it for around about 55 quid, it's no brainer. If you can, well, I think that Edinburgh 10 is definitely 45 everywhere. Again, no brainer. Hopefully this cork's okay. And yep, 21-year-old Booner, cast strength 53.1. I think last year's was 53.5. This one, look at that. Oh, I think Frank's gone quiet. We're definitely on the Great Pollution. Let's make sure I've not missed nothing. Yeah. I did like the Balakan 10. That's the smoke. The peaty ones, if you like the peaty Edredales, then great. I'm going to bring this to your end shortly, guys. Well, this is the highlight. This is the I started 2026. Sorry, I started 2025 with this bad boy. Then I'm starting 2026 with this. And the review will come soon. Oh, this is again awesome. Dry, sherried, nutty. Look at this. Sherry, chocolate. I'd love to say Chris. I think it's more fruitcake than Christmas cake. Dry, nutty, awesome. Great, great nose. It's put in the glass beautifully at 53.1. Awesome. Wow. It just sets you up to dive in, try it. No. Guys, that is absolutely incredible. I think it's I think that's even better than last year's 2021. I'd love to battle these side by side, but on this initial tasting, powerful, punchy, dry, then it's mouth-watering, rich, beautiful richness, beautiful quality. It's nutty, it's raisiny, it's chocolatey. The cherry's more on the nose. I think there's not so much cherry on the palate, it's all on the nose. But wow. Just a quick one to Justin. Um, what bottles will you be chasing in 2026? Nothing. Chasing nothing in 2026, mate. I've had enough. I've given up. I've got no more space on the shelves. Can't chase anything. If something pops up, then I'll buy it. But I'm not going to chase anything. But wow, this is absolutely incredible. 275 quid, guys. I know it's pricey. If you find a deal like I did, I only bought this because I got a deal. got 20% off it, and that's why I've picked it up. Um, Absolutely incredible. But oh my goodness, wow. Guys, I'll be back in 1 second. Give me a chance. Have a chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a minute. Doing a food quick. Apologies for that there, folks. Two reasons why I went away. That 21 was just so overwhelming for me that I just had to take 5 minutes and recoup after tasting it. The other reason was I had to do a comfort break. Um, that was the beauty of the shed. Beauty of the shed. I didn't need to go and take a comfort break. I could just do it where I was. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, guys, hopefully 2025 has been a great whiskey experience for us. Just one thing I want to just do before I get off. Um, there's been a little thing about Patreon this year. I think Roy's highlighted a few issues that he's had with Patreon, um, having to do with something about losing all that kind of stuff. I've not had any issues. Patreon been great with me. Whether it's because I'm only a small channel or not, it's no difference. If some people have been contacting me and say, oh, they've got issues with Patreon, they don't want to do Patreon anymore. The option I've got, if you don't want to do Patreon, then you can switch over to a channel membership and you can do a channel membership. And if you want to support the channel that way, then that would be great. So I know if some people have issues with Patreon. I've not had any issues, and Patreon has been great to me, and it's been fantastic. But some people recently have said that they want to switch over and do whatever. So the options I've got, if you want to do it, you can do it on. You can switch your Patreon. If you still want to support me on Patreon, guys, that's great. You can just click on as normal and do Patreon. If not, and you've got an issue with Patreon, then I'm happy for you to switch over to channel members and hit the join button down below, and you can do it that way instead. But other than that, it's no biggie to me. If you want to help support and you want to do some whiskey packs, then contact me on the whiskey packs. But it's been great. 20 what's Ted saying? Ted is 25 was a great year to explore new whiskies, IBs, try some stuff. Could never find the bottle. Thompson Brothers signature. I'm lucky enough tend to be the opposite. I've probably bought more Thompson Brothers than anything else this year. I bought a few signatures. SMWS, for some reason, unless I get to try it and buy it, then that's the difference with the SMWS. But it doesn't really float my boat that way because I seem to be getting marketed elsewhere. People are editors coming up, or like Aleki's doing something, or whatever. I think SMWS seems to be a wee bit further down. I have a membership, and I love the membership. And when I go to Glasgow or Edinburgh, then I can dive in there. But yeah, no, other than that, it's been great. This 21 Booner, awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, anybody tried it? What was it? Yeah, he's okay. I take it that was me, or is it you? Uh, no, I tell you the great thing with the shed, guys. When I sat in the shed, when I did the review, anybody didn't know that I used to do this in the shed. I had a bucket in the shed, so it didn't really matter. I could just do it in the bucket in the shed, and the mic never picked it up. But now I'm here, it's a wee bit different. I just had to do a couple of things. I had to go and calm myself down after that 21-year-old. Awesome. This is where am I going? Oh, I was going to try it against the Buna Pete. This is the Buna 21. I was going to do it with the Pete, but no, the Pete's different. But this is like a Buna Moine without the Pete, but it doesn't make any sense, man. But it's no, that was. Can I tell you, Jerry? That was one of my staple every day back in the day on the shelf. 15 was the one that I always bought. How did my review go on the fifth one? Was it a shitty, odd, bad review? Was it getting better by then, or was it still shitty there? But yeah, honestly, I've not bought a 15 Glen Scotia for a while, and I don't know why, but because there's just so much other stuff out there. Oh my God. Fingers crossed. Who believes Alan can resist bottle chasing in 2026? Mate, can I tell you there's a couple of reasons why I can't bottle chase anymore, right? Because physically I have nowhere to put it. The shelves are stacked, right? You're seeing behind me here. This is the full wall behind me, right? But on the other side here, there is a fireplace in the middle, and I've got an alcove there, and I've got an alcove there. But both alcoves look like this, right? And then you can go to the kitchen, and there's cupboards under the sink in the kitchen, and there's whiskey in there. Then you can move up to the bedrooms, and there's wardrobes. There's clothing on the wardrobes, and there's whiskey on the bottom. There's a full wardrobe in the middle, up like this here, fireplace, and it's top to floor, full of whiskey. I've just physically got nowhere to put any more whiskey. I'll have to do either drink more or share more or do whatever I have to do to kind of get them out. But guys, 7,000, oh sorry, 7 years on YouTube, I think is phenomenal. Never in my wildest dreams would I think I lasted 7 years. When I did that first review, I thought there's no way. But yeah, it's been great. Community's fantastic. The whiskey community's great. I've got friends now in California, I've got friends in Texas, I've got friends all over the place. Canada, America, China, Japan, England, Ireland, Scotland, all over the place. And it's been fantastic. And I actually was considering stopping this year, guys, but now I've got a wee kind of bust. The last kind of month, the whiskies that's coming out makes it easy for you to continue doing it. And the response I've had, I think I put a wee bit of tweet out that I needed 100 subscribers in December to get to the magical 8K, and we got there. So that's kind of gave me a wee bit of influence to do it, and I'm now feeling a wee bit. Yes, I'm going to have a wee bit of kind of focus. Let's do more bourbon influence, first fill bourbon, peated. Um, Not so much on the grape pollution. I'm going to still do a little bit of grape pollution, but I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit. Going to try and do some battles. Going to try and do some. I'm going to try and get organised. Monday's going to be this. Friday's going to be that. Maybe a live stream on a Sunday. That kind of thing. So absolutely fantastic. So, guys, if there's nothing else we need to talk about, I'm going to probably try and bring this to a close now. Um, just going to try and make sure I've got everybody that I've spoke to. Well done once again, Alan. Yeah, let's head to the magical 9K. Hopefully, I can get to it quicker than I did this year. I don't think I put as much in as I've done in previous years. So hopefully, if I ramp up a little bit, I think 2 videos a week might help us get there. If not, I'm the last. If we get 8, 9, I'm chuffed at 9. Get 8, guys. I'm over a minute. 8,000. Let me just do these last chats. Been taking advantage of some amazing sales in Alberta around Gordon MacPhail bottles. Guys, there's some fun. Gordon MacPhail's one of them that doesn't really come across my radar. I don't think they advertise enough. I don't think they're out there, but I think there's some fantastic bottles. I think you guys in Canada tend to get some good stuff. I think we've got that, but I don't think they're in the marketing business where they're in the limelight. I think if you search for Gordon MacPhail, you'll find some fantastic bottles. Um, I'd be happy to help you store some of that whiskey, free up space. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure there's a few guys more locally would help me do that. Sounds like heaven. Where have we gone? Yeah, it begins. So, no, Frank, I'm going to try and do some more. I think maybe I'm missing out. Maybe you'll tell me whether I'm wrong, whether I'm not. I think I'm missing out maybe in some of these nice first fill bourbons, refill bourbon casks. Um, it's just not been on my radar. It means I need to go out, Frank, and buy them because everything here seems to be great pollution. I'm trying to think of looking round now. There's a few peated ones there that I can do that I've not done. But yeah, um, absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm going to call it a night because I've got so much whiskey to finish off and I can't do it on camera. It just doesn't look right if I just down all this on camera. I'm definitely going to down it responsibly, of course. I'm going to maybe watch a movie and finish these off on a movie. Hamish, if you're still around, I'm going to get your pack out to you. If I can get out tomorrow, I will. If not, it's going to go out on Tuesday. Guys, if you fancy some of these whiskey packs that I'm putting together, You can create your own whiskey pack if you live in the UK, of course. If not, then I can't do it. Let me know if you fancy a pack. 30 mils, 50 mils, you can 100 mils if you want. You can do whatever you want to do, and I can let you know what's going on. I'm going to crank up the whiskey tasting. I've done a few whiskey tasting YouTube videos. I think we did 10 or 11 last year. Going to try and keep that going. But yeah, guys, fantastic. Thank you very much. Hope you've had a great night. Hope you've had some great whiskey. And until 2026 is just beginning. So hopefully I can drop out some nice stuff that you're going to engage in. Please comment, please share, please subscribe. Um, Great. Thank you very much. But guys, if you're watching this on the replay, then thank you very much. 29 still in, so I've ended up on a nice, we've had a nice turn tonight. As long as you agree, just do it for me. No. That said, we'd love to see more bourbon. First fill, refill, mature. No, Frank. I think I've milked the grape. I think I've milked. I love the sherry, right? But I don't want to limit myself. I want to reach out in 2026, find out if there's somewhere else. If there's somewhere else that I can tackle something, let's have a look. Where am I going? Go on. One last sip. Okay, so this is the 21. This is going to be a nice sip, guys. This is going to end it. This is either going to end it or it's going to end me tonight. I might not be able to clean up afterwards. I may have to leave this till tomorrow. But yeah, Doing a Ham 21, Cast Strength 2025. Cheers, guys. I love Boon Habit. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for dropping by. Until the next one. I'm going to try and be possibly doing more live streams. Do you want more live streams? Dive into the comments. Let me know if you want to see more live streams. Did this work for you? I know when I did them before, I got kind of carried away and kind of overindulged. But yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much. 30 still in, man. This is good. Um, Thanks for on, guy. Great stream. And to all of you, see you next time. Yeah, no, cheers. Good, but more live streams. Yeah, great night. Oh, fantastic. I think as long as I can do it like this and it's organised, it's controlled. I think sometimes they're wee in the shed, they're a wee bit out of hand. Brilliant. Guys, until next time, I'm Alan, I'm the Whiskey Friend. Don't forget to keep subscribing. Big thanks to you all. Big thanks to everybody who subscribed. Thanks to everybody who's watched and commented and shared. Until next time, I'm Alan. I'm the Whiskey Friend, and I will catch you all in the next one. See you soon. Cheers, guys. Thank you.